Yesterday we discussed overall overview of managerial accounting, wherein I discussed with you examination pattern, number of units, and what is expected from management students in this regard. Now, from today onwards, we will start our actual syllabus of managerial accounting. As I told, unit course number is 101 and the title is Managerial Accounting. And from this subject, as I mentioned, there are total 5 units. So we'll start from unit number 1, and in under unit number 1, there is a subheading, forms of business organization. In other words, we can say types of organization. What are the types of organization? So that kind of descriptive question can be asked in examination, or there might be a different words used in a question while framing question. Say for example, explain the types of organization or discuss the forms of organization. So it is one and the same. Okay. So forms of organization or types of organization. Can anyone share with me? Even when we roam in a market or when we see corporate, so we observe there are different kind of organizations. So what are the organizations you have seen? Anyone please? What kind of organizations you observe? Yes, please.
So it might be sole proprietorship, partnership,
Correct.
or it could be private limited, public limited.
Public limited. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it is also one man show. We call one that is like only
Yeah,
vendors.
that is the sole proprietorship that you mentioned.
That's it.
One man show means it is nothing but the sole proprietorship.
Yeah.
So as you have mentioned, Deepika, it is rightly you have highlighted 4 type of organization. So begin with your hint, that is you said that sole proprietorship or one man show. So the word itself indicates when we say one man show means single person is involved in sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship where single person is involved. So that is called sole proprietorship. And when you go for registration of sole proprietorship, it is a very easy procedure. It is one single page application wherein you have to mention objective of your organization, name of the organization, what are the say product or service you want to sell in the market. So that kind of information, your name and PAN card, these are the minimum documents required when you go for registration of sole proprietorship. Second feature or second characteristic of sole proprietorship is, as I told you, that single person is involved. So naturally, one person, whatever amount he invests in the business, whatever idea he puts in the business, that is the only capital. So there are some limitation in sole proprietorship. Limitation in the sense investment. One person, how much he can invest? One person, how many banks he can approach? So this is little bit, we can say, we can discuss both way. The second second characteristic, as I mentioned, that The investment comes from the single person. Idea also comes from the single person. So one person. Now the other side of this characteristic, that one person always has some limitation. Limitation in regards to the money. Suppose if you want to start a business of 500 crore rupees. So do you think so one person can start a business of 500 crores of rupees?
No, sir.
Suppose. No, it is not possible. One person cannot dare, because ultimately he will see that 500 crores is a big amount. Even if bank allows loan, but again he may not be able to accept that much risk, because a single person is there. So this is, we can say, the limitation of single person. The other side of, or we can say the third characteristics of single sole proprietorship is that whatever he earns, whatever amount he earns, that amount goes to the that single person, because it is one man show, one man army. As he accepts risk, similarly he also receives rewards or benefit from this business. Now whatever a profit earned from sole proprietorship, when it comes in the hands of proprietor, it becomes taxable. It is taxable. And whatever slabs as per the income tax, according to that slab, because every year there are changes in slabs. So in that particular slab, whatever amount of profit he earns, an applicable rate he will have to pay to the government. And when individual person is there, let me share with you, comparatively in other form of organization, sole proprietorship pays huge tax to the government, because for individual level the income tax slabs are little bit higher than the other forms. What is percentage, that is a different thing, but because you don't have to remember percentage, because every year there are changes in percentage. Just remember that whatever amount of tax sole proprietorship pays, that is little bit higher than other forms of organization. So this statement you should remember. Then in sole proprietorship, and a fourth characteristic is that if something goes wrong with a business, or if something goes wrong with the owner, then business is no more. So long proprietor is there, till the time business will function. The moment something goes wrong with the owner, accidentally or naturally, if he is no more, in that case business is automatically shut. So we can discuss on this point. So naturally, the life of business in regards to the sole proprietorship, it is up to the life of owner. So this was about sole proprietorship. Remember this four characteristics in regards to the sole proprietorship. Second form of business organization is partnership firm. Partnership firm. In partnership firm, minimum two persons are required. Minimum two persons. So there has to be minimum two persons. If three comes, even that is also called as a partnership firm. Even four-person comes, that is also being called as a partnership firm. Now he will be thinking that, sir, what is the maximum number in partnership firm? So the maximum number is in bank, or in a even partnership firm, maximum number is 10, but minimum is 2. There has to be minimum 2%. If a single person is there, then it cannot be a partnership firm. Remember this. If single person is there, then it is being called as a sole proprietorship. If minimum 2% and more than 2 up to 10 people comes in a business, then it is partnership firm. Are you hearing me clearly, or is there any background sound? Hello, hello, students.
Yes, sir.
You're not getting any disturbance, no?
No, sir.
So
Fine.
there is small background sound from your side.
There is a background sound from my side.
Yes, a little bit.
Just a second. I will check again. Now, is there any sound?
No, sir. No.
No, no. So I was talking on partnership firm. I mentioned that minimum 2 persons are required in partnership firm, but in regards to the bank, maximum 10 persons are allowed in a partnership firm. So if you compare partnership firm with the sole proprietorship, so the comparison can be done this way. When there are 2 persons are allowed in partnership firm, or more than 2 persons, 3-4 persons, naturally the pooling of capital is also little bit higher as compared to the sole proprietorship, because as I mentioned, in sole proprietorship single person is there, so single person cannot invest large amount, obviously. But when you talk about partnership firm, if there are 4 persons, so naturally 4 person will have more finance power than single person, needless to say. Another thing in regards to the business idea, so when 3-4 person comes in a business, so naturally more idea you can float into your business. There will be more and more ideas. There will be more and more ideas. So in regards to the money, in regards to the idea, as compared to the sole proprietorship, partnership firm is one of the popular business type. So there you can pull more capital for your business, and you can have more and more ideas in regards to your business. In regards to the accounting, whatever amount contributed by partners, so while in regards to the registration of partnership firm, there has to be agreement, mutual agreement among your partners, and that mutual agreement is being submitted to the authority, and then firm is being registered. There you need to mention that how much capital, total capital, and contribution from each partner. Suppose, say for example, if there are 2 partners are there, and you require a certain amount is not important here, but I will talk in terms of proportion. So whatever capital you are investing in a business, if you have decided 50-50%, whatever amount of capital is required, 50% each partner will invest. And suppose if there are 3 partners, so you may decide that if 3 partners are there, then first partner will invest say 30%, second partner will invest say 40%, and third partner will invest 30%. So 30, 40, 30. So that will be proportion. So 3 as to 4 as to 3. 3 as to 4 as to 3. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So that proportion you need to mention in partnership agreement. In regards to the profit, whatever profit you earn from the partnership firm, that proportion of profit that goes with your investment. So whatever amount you earn, suppose if a partnership firm has earned 1 lakh of rupees, So 1 lakh of rupees will be distributed. Suppose if there are two partners and if they are decided 50%, so 50% profit will be taken by each partner. And if there are three partners, and as I mentioned, 30%, so 30% of profit will be collected by first partner, 40% profit will be collected by second partner, so on. And whatever profit goes to the partner, again, the partner will have to pay as per the individual income tax. Whatever individual income tax bracket is available, according to, he will have to pay tax to the government. So in our country, even partnership firm is also the popular and most convenient form in the business scenario. If you talk about the procedure, registration procedure is also quite simple. It is not tedious one, not time consuming. So this was about the second form of business organization, partnership firm. Now we will talk on the third form of business organization, and that is private limited company. Under private limited company, minimum 7 members are required, minimum 7 and maximum 50. Then you can form private limited company. Remember this, minimum 7 and maximum 50. If there are 3 people, minimum 3 people cannot start private limited company. Following? Minimum 3 people, can they start private limited company? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Minimum 4 people, can they start private limited company? Minimum 4 people?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
because I mentioned that minimum 7 persons are required. Minimum 7. And suppose if there are 60 people, can they start a private limited company? 60 people?
No, sir.
No,
Yes, sir.
because the maximum, maximum ceiling
No,
is
sir.
50. Maximum is 50. Remember this, minimum 7 and maximum 50. So this is the legal requirement to start with the private limited company. And if you compare private limited company with partnership firm, then naturally private limited company will have a large amount of capital as compared to the partnership firm, because the partnership firm, as I mentioned, maximum 10 people are permitted. So 10 people investment, and if suppose in private limited company, if there are 49 people, so naturally 49 people can pool more money. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
49 people can invest more amount of money as compared to the partnership firm.
Sir, what
In
is the
regards to the business idea,
minimum number of persons in private limited company?
yes, repeat your statement, please.
What is the number of person, like the minimum number of person for a private limited company?
Minimum number of for 7 private limited company.
Minimum.
Minimum 7
Okay.
and
Maximum.
maximum 50 for private limited company.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay,
till
sir.
2016 in partnership firm also maximum numbers was still 15.
Yeah, earlier it was there. Earlier it was there. And in regards to the private limited company, now suppose whatever share contributed by a member, that is not transferable. That is not transferable. So generally in private limited company, there are members from maybe one family or maybe one society. They come together and they start private limited company. So we can say this is little bit
Joint in the family business.
problematic for private limited company. So most of the real estate firms or even engineering firms, small engineering firms. I'm talking about the small engineering firm. You will also observe in city there are also middle size companies. So they are also having private limited status, private limited, because one family, uh, their spouse or their close relative, family members, they come together and they start private limited company. Because they want to retain their rights with them, so that right will not be given to the outsider, and they can protect entire interest of business. That is the we can say beauty of private limited company. But if something goes wrong with the family members or society, say maybe their dispute or quarrel, that happens naturally. Maybe after 4 5 years or 10 years, you might have observed there are also quarrels within family. Society to दूर की बात है, but even in one family, maybe after uh, next maybe in the next generation, they may not be united. So these are some lacuna, we can say, issues involved in private limited company. But as compared to the partnership firm, private limited company is one of the better form of business organization, because you can have 30 people, 49 people, up to 50 people you can have in your business. So you get a more amount of capital. You also get more and more ideas and helping hand for your business. Because if 40 people are there, all 40 people may not give you equal capital, but they will give you time for your business, because there are members who work for a business for 24 hours, but there are some members who invest in terms of money, but they don't give time for business. So that is also allowed in private limited company. Not necessary that everybody should work in business. Even that is also possible in partnership firm. In partnership firm, there are some partners who works day and night for business. So they are called as an active partner. And there are some sleeping partner. So there is a definition of sleeping partner. Sleeping partner का मतलब क्या है? They simply invest in business, but they really don't give time for their business. Partnership firm, they really don't give time, but they invest in a huge amount. So they are called as a sleeping partner. An active partner is he invests in business as well as he works for business. Now you will be wondering, sir, one person is giving money, another person is also giving money and time. So it is a there is a no justice. It is not justifiable. So in justifiable can be done in terms of remuneration. So that terms you have to discuss while you form your partnership firm. That time you will have to discuss that a particular partner, he is giving not only money but he is also giving his time. So his remuneration, what do you think, his remuneration will be equal, same, or a little bit higher? What is your guess?
It would be more if both are
Yes,
paying equal
exactly.
money. Or
Yes,
it might be sleeping partner pay more money. And
correct.
sometimes it is also reputation, na? Like he have a patent or he have some like more known person. So
Yeah,
he is also a partner of the company. Like he have more reputation outside.
correct, because he has established his brand in the market, and because of his name and fame, he may get more business. As you said rightly, that because of reputation And if you feel that the particular person has given time and he is also giving money for the business, then his remuneration will be little bit higher than the other partners. But that you will have to mention in your agreement. If these lines not mentioned in agreement, then this will not work out. So from the day one, these all major and minor things should be considered in regards to the reputation of a person, in regards to the time of a person, in regards to the money of a person. So these things will have to be minorly decided. It should be considered. So we discussed the third type of business organization, that is private limited company. Now the fourth type of business organization is public limited company. Public limited company. Now in public limited company, let me share with you the first point, that is registration procedure. In registration, if you want to register public limited company, you have to have again minimum 7%. 7 members are required. Minimum 7. Like a private limited company. In private limited company also I mentioned minimum 7. And maximum, what I said in private limited, maximum
50.
50. That was a private limited company. In regards to the public limited company, minimum 7 and maximum unlimited. Maximum unlimited member. Unlimited. Like a stars in the sky. Can we have a counting of stars?
No.
If you are able to count stars, then try it tonight. And tomorrow you have to tell me how many stars in the sky. So that is not possible. Stars are unlimited. There are many stars, even we cannot see them with our normal eyes. Then you need some telescope. So my point is, in regards to the public limited company, maximum is unlimited. So there is no restriction on maximum uh, number in regards to the public limited company. But there is a restriction for minimum member. You have to have 7 members in public limited company. And maximum, there is no ceiling. Absolutely no ceiling. You can have as much as you can. And in regards to the investment, now the initial 7 persons who are starting their business, that is public limited company, so naturally they will pump more amount into their business, and for other member, so it is called as a share. So other member will be given invitation by way of share. So whatever share a person is purchasing, that much capital of share he is putting into the business. And generally share, it start from 10 rupees, 10 rupees, 100 rupees, 1000 rupees, one share. There might be a price of one share 10 rupees. Even earlier days, maybe 40 years back, the share price was single rupee, 1 rupee. When Dhirubhai Ambani started Reliance company way back 25, 35, 30 years back, his share price was 10 rupees. Now today what you are calling a Reliance company, when Dhirubhai started Reliance company, that time the share price was just 10 rupees. Market price might be different. I'm talking about the book value of share. Initial price of share, it was 10 rupees. And now Reliance is a public limited company. So there are many publicly limited companies we have in our India. So in public limited company, shares are transferable. Shares are transferable. Now suppose if you are a member of, say for example, say Tata Motor or Reliance company, if you are a member, and maybe after 5-6 years, if you feel that you want to sell this share and you want to purchase some other company share, so it is allowed. So shares are transferable. Now you will be wondering, then what is the benefit of this unlimited number of members? So the benefit, it is in terms of two way. Please mark my statement. The members who are involved into the public limited company, their benefits are in two ways. Number one, whatever amount they invest in terms of share, that share price is being treated as per market price of share, market price. Suppose 30 years back, a person who has purchased Reliance company share at the rate of ₹10, do you think so? The share value of a Reliance company today also is 10? What do you think?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, it is in terms of thousands. In terms of thousand now. So if you calculate in terms of percentage, so there are a huge number of percentage involved. So this is in regards to the one way, that is the market value of share. The other benefit is dividend. Every year, whatever profit earned by a public limited company, that profit, not necessarily that the entire profit is being distributed to the members. Some profit it is being retained for business purpose, and remaining part profit it is being distributed among members in the form of dividend. It is called as a dividend. Dividend is nothing but whatever amount public limited company earns by way of profit, of profit is being distributed among members, and this is the second source of income of public limited company members. And as I told, if they feel that after maybe 5, 6 years or 10 years, if they want to sell their shares, so it is also allowed. You can transfer your share and you can buy to that company. Another point, if something goes wrong with the company, if there is loss, something goes wrong means if there is a loss with public limited company, then who will bear that loss? Now, answer to this question is that whatever number of shares you are holding, that much is your liability. That much is your liability. Suppose if I am holding 3 shares, and suppose if Ajay is holding 5 shares, so Ajay's liability will be more than me because I am holding only 3 shares. My liability is restricted to only 3 shares. Ajay's liability is restricted to 5 shares. Now suppose if Sita is there and if Sita is holding 1 share, so Sita's liability is up to 1 share. Loss may be anything, but my liability is only up to 3 shares. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
So in public limited company, if you feel that if loss comes to the company, then who will bear that loss? So the loss is up to the holding of share. If you are holding, say, as I told, if first 7% they start public limited company, so naturally their number of shares are more. So their profit is also more, and their loss risk is also more because they are holding more number of shares. That is why if loss comes, then that loss will be as compared to the other members, their loss risk is more. Now, in regards to the another point about public limited company, registration is done with the ROC. The ROC is called as a registrar of companies. ROC, registrar of companies. So there is a ROC office initiated by central government. In ROC, you will have to submit the necessary documents. If you are approaching capital market, then there is again a procedure of capital market. That procedure will have to follow by public limited company. And after Following that procedure, then only ROC issues commencement of initially ROC issues incorporation certificate. While studying your lab subject, legal aspect of business, again, this point will be highlighted. So I will not much talk on this issue. But remember here, the first certificate, it is called as a certificate of incorporation, means establishment, certificate of incorporation. Then once you are ready with the business operation, then it is called as a commencement of business. Commencement of business. Then you actually start you are allowed to start your business. So there are two certificates required. What are those two certificates? Can you remember?
Memorandum of association.
Yes.
Article of association.
MOA, AAA, article of association.
Certificate of incorporation.
Yes, certificate of incorporation. And another one is, once you get certificate of incorporation, then commencement certificate. Commencement
Of business.
commencement of business. Means commencement means you are now allowed to start. Commence now your business. Start your business. So there is another word, that is commencement, or in general language we say starting of business. So these two certificates, most of the public limited companies, they hire consultant, and then consultant does this job on behalf of public limited company. So there are company secretaries are there. Company secretary, you might have heard this word, company secretary. So there are special courses available in our country. So they are called as a company secretary. So this is the job given to the company secretary. Company secretary takes care all this legal formality, and they assist management, and they start with that. And in case suppose one of the member, if he is well aware of this legal formality, so even he can initiate this work. So that is why if you observe any public limited companies core committee members, which we call as the board of directors, BOD, board of directors. So in BOD, you will observe that there are people from different field. Maybe one person from finance, another person from economics, third person from legal. So this is the combination of board of directors, so that they can utilize their expertise for the business, and they can protect interest of their public limited company. Now, if you compare public limited company with other forms of business organization, so how will you conclude if I ask you this comparison?
So here capital is more as compared to
Correct.
other forms of company.
Capital is more. Correct.
And then here risk is also divided among all the members. One
Very
person
good.
does not have to bear the risk.
Yes.
And
One
like
person's
here
liability, it is limited to, it is restricted to the number of shares he is holding. So that
Yeah.
much liability he is exposed. Correct.
limited liability, yeah. And second thing is here the people are from all the field are involved. We can say board of director also and equity shareholders also. And there
Yes.
are like various sources from which they can raise the money. And skilled people, like from all the people, like all the field, skilled people are involved so that business can be growth, like business growth is more.
That is why, if you observe in the market, public limited companies are more dominant and more successful. They are dominant and they are successful also. So in both field, they are having upper hand. Public limited company. Even public limited company is far better than private limited company, because in private limited company, I mentioned that most of the people are from their society or from their family. So there is little bit narrower mindset, but here it is a broader mindset. in public limited company. It is having very broad mindset. As you mentioned that people from different fields and expertise, and they are having different skill. So this is the keywords. Everyone, please remember this. This way, you will have to describe our public limited company. Now, the fifth forms of business organization is, after having discussion on four types of, now we are moving to the fifth. I think how much time we are left now? Another 15 minutes. No? 15. 15 minutes we are. The fifth one is cooperative firms. Cooperative firms. Cooperative. This is also a popular business organization type in our country. If I would like to explain this cooperative firm, I will have to go little bit back, way back before even independence, and just after independence. Just after independence, this particular form was popular in our country, because that time we were not having enough money, because just after independence there was a shortage of money. There was also shortage of skilled person, but there was a necessity to stand independently, because about 150 years Britishers ruled our country, and after independence, that was our dire need to stand on our feet. So many people from the society, they had idea, and that time government gave permission to establish cooperative firms, and the very objective of cooperative firm is no profit no loss, no profit no loss basis. So you will be wondering, then can we call this business, is it business? Because it is not just business, but it was the other objective, that to uplift the society, the privilege left out people who are far away from the benefit. Such people should be uplifted, their living of standard should be raised. So that was the noble objectives behind this cooperative firm. That was the noble objective, and that is why they started with no profit no loss. Now if profit comes, then that profit will be divided amongst their member, or that profit again will be reinvested in cooperative firm, either or. Either they will distribute among their member, or they will reinvest. But as such, their motto was not making profit. Whereas earlier four forms of business organization, their prime motto is profit. Let me clear this point. Earlier four type of organization, their very first motto is to earn profit. But in regards to the cooperative society, there is no first or prime objective, that is making profit. Are you getting me, or any confusion?
No,
Hello?
sir.
Okay. Now the example for cooperative societies, you might have heard Amul, what we consume, milk, butter, paneer, Amul society. This is one example. There are many companies we have in India, but Amul is one of the way back after just independence. We were having shortage of milk. So that time there was a really shortage of milk. Though our more than 70% people were having agricultural occupation, but unfortunately we were not having enough milk to complete the need of our society. Then that time Varghese, Mr. Varghese, who is from Kerala, he initiated the idea. He studied the Denmark pattern. We all are aware that Denmark is the first country who was independent in terms of milk production. So he studied Denmark pattern and then he initiated that idea in India. And Amul is the fruit of Mr. Varghese. Varghese started Amul company. And now today, if you see, the Amul is doing fantastic business in terms of milk. They have good collection capacity as well as distribution channel also. And in your city area, can you share me some other example who are on the principle of cooperative? Anyone, please?
Sir, are they milk?
Milk and sugar factories.
Are-
Sugar factory.
Are
RA milk. Yes, RA milk. RA milk also cooperative. Even in Pune, Katraj dairy in Pune. So Katraj dairy is also example of cooperative. In Gujarat, I said Amul. In Anand district, Amul. You said in Mumbai, RA. RA is also cooperative society. Then sugar factories. Most of the sugar factories we have in our Maharashtra as well as other states of India also. So almost most of the sugar factories, they have started on cooperative principle. No profit, no loss. So the member who want to develop the left out people with this noble objective, they started cooperative society. Now in terms of accounting, cooperative societies accountings are little bit different than earlier 4 type of organization. Little bit different because here your motto is not to earn profit. So they don't prepare profit and loss account statement because profit is not their motto. They don't prepare. They don't call profit and loss account. They call income and expenditure statement. They call income and expenditure, or in other word, receipt and payment statement. Only there is a difference of word. Please remember. Earlier 4 organizations they prepare profit and loss account, but this cooperative society they prepare income and expenditure or receipt and payment. Whatever receipt they receive, that is receipts. Whatever payment they are making, it is being called as a payment, receipt and payment account. And balance sheet is common for all 5 type of organization. Everyone will have to prepare balance sheet. What is the objective of balance sheet and this statement, that we will discuss maybe in next session. But right now, you just remember all cooperative society, they are not supposed to prepare profit and loss account. In place of profit and loss account, what they prepare? Can you answer me? If not profit and loss account, then what statement they prepare?
Income and expenditure.
income and expenditure.
Yes, income and expenditure or receipt and payment, receipts and payment statement. And I gave you the example also, that is Amul, Katraj dairy, sugar factories. Even at an individual level, the society where you stay, you will find there is a board, that is cooperative society, housing cooperative society. बताया क्या नहीं, housing cooperative society, where suppose if 100 flat owners or say 200 plot holders, if they are staying in one place, so they also form housing cooperative society. Have you observed this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do they have their objective to earn profit out of this housing cooperative society? It is do
No.
they form this society
No.
for the sake of profit? No, they don't. Their what is their motto? Their motto is to distribute or to provide basic facilities to all dwellers. A person who is staying in that society, a person who is holding that plot, equally they should be given benefit, like say in terms of water, in terms of electricity or security. So that kind of facility is being provided by that particular housing society. Their motto as such is not profit. Their motto is to serve the society. That is the motto, to serve the society for the benefit of society. So with this great motto, cooperative societies are being formed, and with these great mottos, there are some cooperative societies who are working fantastic way in society. As I mentioned, Amul, Katras Dairy. So this was about the fifth type, that is a cooperative society. Please remember this fifth, and do remember our discussion. You all are having, you might be, if not now, maybe after some days, you will have some your study material. Go through that study material, and while studying this particular syllabus, if you feel any difficulty, your do not hesitate to call me. I am here. You can call me anytime, and you can resolve your doubt. So this was about the first point of our unit number 1, forms of business organization. So this was from my side. Now next 2 minutes we will utilize for your uh, doubt solving. If you have any doubt or any query, please do ask, and then we will wind up our session.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Is there any member limitation for cooperative firms, or there will be unlimited members in partnership?
in partnership firm, not unlimited, maximum 10, maximum 10.
In cooperative firms, sir. I'm asking
In
about.
cooperative firm, yeah, in cooperative firm, as such, there is no limitation. Because suppose if you are talking about a sugar factory, okay, sit for example sugar factory. Now whatever farmers who are taking crop as a sugar cane, he can be a member of that sugar factory. The moment he stop taking a sugar cane crop, then he will leave the membership, and then next person will join. So there is no limitation for membership. There is no
Okay, sir.
limitation.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Farmer membership sugar.
Yeah, in regards to the sugar factory, farmers, they are members of sugar this cooperative society. In regards to the housing society, whatever number of persons staying in one society, they become member. We also observe one member sells his flat to another member, then he leaves the membership, and then in place of his, another person becomes member. So like way. Please do remember these forms of business organization, because in MCQ, uh, that is multiple choice question, most of the questions are being framed out of this first topic, that is forms of business organization. And as well in regards to the descriptive question, even descriptive question can be asked on this topic. that discuss the various types of organization or explain the forms of business organization and discuss the characteristics of business organization. So that kind of questions can be asked. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, then I take your leave. Good day. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.